welcome to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and the Daddy. I'm Amy Wilson here at the EQN Sports Desk, driven by Holiday Auto Group, and I get to congratulate our champions of the Open World Series. Great job to you guys, Billy Bob Brown, Cullen Taylor.
Yep,
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So you guys split $9,170. You were 27.33 on four-head. It was a four-header, progressive after one. So as we get ready to take a look at your runs, kind of tell us about the day, Billy Bob. This was your first trip here to this Open.
Yes, ma'am. The first run we made a good run on the first one. The second two, I threw two terrible head loops, honestly. And they went on. I split the horns twice, had a little girl curl, it went on, and then thankfully we got a chance and blasted in the short round, so it all worked out.
It was obviously just meant to be,
Yeah,
you're saying.
meant to be.
And you called it a little trick roping?
Yeah, a little trick roping over there.
What's that like from your viewpoint? Do you see all that happening, or you're focused on what you're doing?
I tried maybe in the peripherals a little bit, kind of see it not go on clean, but that's why I use the classic.
That's right.
It's going to go on.
Opened right back up.
Open right back up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this isn't your first trip here. You only live 30 miles away. Talk about how awesome it is to have this Open and to see it evolve over the years to what it is now.
Yes, absolutely. I've been coming here for a long time. I've won the 15 here, 6-7 years ago, however long, and it just keeps getting better every year. So I'm glad it's right down the road, and I can come up here every time.
I think what's really cool, too, is you guys came from sixth high call. That doesn't happen too often, especially in the Open roping. What were your thoughts after you roped? You went outside. Kind of take us through that.
Yeah, I knew being sixth, and they paid 4. I mean, we got to pedal to the metal and bring some heat, and we drew a good steer, and it worked out good for us. Like I said, I didn't think we'd win first, but put a little pressure on the rest of the pack. It worked good.
Yeah, you guys were both in town, of course, roping over at Cheyenne at the rodeo in Slack. You made it back, Billy Bob, to the perfs, but your partner isn't here, so this is a chance for you to hang out a couple days. I think you're coming back to rope a bunch tomorrow, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Blaine has a family back home, and he hadn't got to see them all summer, so I said, man, it's a good week. Go see your family and hang out, and I'm going to go jackpot. So it worked out perfect. I needed some live runs here lately, too. You know, practicing and getting live runs in is different, and I've been needing some live runs just to kind of work on some stuff, and it'll be perfect. Yep.
So break that down a little bit more for us as you've been out rodeoing. Explain what you mean by all that.
Just the struggles of rodeoing, you know, being off the barrier a little bit and fighting my riding and just getting to go run steers, but still competing. You know, practicing so much different than competing, and just a good chance to go work on things, but you're still trying to win at the same time, so you still have to go through the motions fast enough, just like my head rope, opening back up really fast to get back on the horns, you know.
Yeah, let's take a look at all these runs. We're going to start in round number 1. You guys were 7.09 seconds. So as we watch these, you both can just tell us what's happening.
That was the best head loop for sure.
What'd you think, Cullen?
Yeah, that was good. I felt like I took them a long ways to heel, but I just wanted to get the first one down and go from there. It looked pretty good. It was a good steer, too. I just kept swinging. But it worked out. So.
That was by far the most controlled run till the short round. The next couple are a little bit iffy, but like I said, it worked out, and we're blessed that it did.
So here is round 2, the trick roping, as you called it, 8.21 on this run. Tell us about it.
Yeah.
There was some fishing, and then some delay, and then a bonus leg, and then a lot of slack. But other than that, it was beautiful.
It was pretty sloppy, but it worked out. I tried to miss him also, and
some call it not pretty but effective.
There's a lot going on in that round.
Okay,
let's look at round 3, 6.59. So
see, I went with a different kind of split horns here. This one actually fell on the horns instead of the half head, so it was just a little bit better. We're just getting closer to the short round. That's all we were working on. We're trying to get all that out of the way.
And I threw faster than the other two, so it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, you were right there, ready to go.
That was good. In the short round one, that steer was the best one, and he drilled the barrier, and it worked out great for us there. That was our best run, yeah.
Yeah, that one finally felt good. Got a good go at him, and then the steer was pretty good, and Cullen cleaned him up really nice.
5.44 on this run in the short round. That gave you 27.33 on 4 and held for the win after being 6th high call. That's a good feeling, and I think watching those runs just shows there are a lot of different ways to get to first place.
You
Right?
got to
Ways to
stay
skin a
battling
cat.
there. Just gotta
Several
stay
ways
battling.
to skin a cat. Don't let them fool you.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Okay, tell me about the horses you guys were riding.
I rode my little bay Starlight Gypsy. I rode him the last 4 or 5 years. I won Cheyenne on him 3 years ago, and he's just super easy, lets me do whatever most of the time, and he's been awesome for me. And at the rodeos, it's usually not him messing up, so I need to come over here and work on myself more so.
Speaking of that win over at the rodeo in Cheyenne, you have to have a lot of great memories when you roll into this town.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. You know, that's one as a kid you look at, and you always want to win. It was unexpected. Not to say that I didn't feel like I could or I can, but it's just one of those that everything has to go right for it to work out, and thankfully it did.
Yeah, definitely. Cullen, what were you riding today?
I call him Ray. I just got him last fall. His turned 7 this year, and my buddy Hogan Kelly, he trained him. And I just got him last fall, and he's been working out really good and trying to season him, but he took it really good right there.
Yeah, you've won this circuit, the Mountain State Circuit, 3 different times. You're getting ready to go to some other circuit rodeos.
Yeah.
Kind of take us through that and what you do as far as rodeoing and outside of rodeo.
We just kind of stay around the house, circuit rodeoing right now. Come to this one every year in Vegas and whatnot, and then I work. I'm an inspector just south of Greeley there, and they let me kind of leave and do what I need to do, so it works out good.
The best of all worlds.
Yeah,
I like
best
that.
of both worlds.
So, Billy Bob, you have put on a rodeo in years past, and you've started putting on a rope in the last couple of years. This year, it was big. Tell us about that. What have you learned from having that producer role?
The rodeo was a lot of fun. I think just going and paying attention at a lot of rodeos to produce one, just knowing the do's and don'ts, hiring the right people that make your rodeo flow from, your shoot crew to the announcer to the music. The announcer and the music were the 2 biggest things to me because I knew I'd have help in the other parts of it, but as long as you have entertainment, and I was lucky enough I had Bob Tallman announce for me every year. He's kind of family to me, so he came and did it for me. But it was just an amateur rodeo, but it had the feel of a pro rodeo. It was 2 and a short. I tried to make it more pro rodeo feel for everybody down there that don't get the opportunity, And then this year we weren't allowed to come back to the arena, so I produced a team roping starting last year, the Carbon Classic, and then this year was the second year I added breakaway and some numbered ropings, and it's a blessing. I get a lot of great steers I get to break in from Lee Ranch down there, and that's what makes my roping flow, is having fresh steers all the time, and it makes everything else easier. I'm not saying it's easy putting it all together, but as far as the roping and stuff, as long as it goes good, everything else is going to be good and it's going to grow. And our social media platforms have been great. We have over 5 million views on everything. The Cowboy Channel came for the breakaway and also the 3-header rodeo style I had, and just to get people involved and come out to it's at my ranch there, so it's a good family environment. So it's a blessing. My dad produced, when the USTRC started, he produced steers for Denny Gentry back in the day, and I've grown up around it forever, and I love doing it. But the Lee Ranch makes my job pretty easy, supplying steers and stuff all the time. So
Yeah, well, I know the breakaway ropers really appreciate you adding that this past
fun.
year. Speaking of the breakaway, that's going on in the outdoor arena, so if you want to check that out. Also, the 15 add-on is going on in this arena. It's all live on roping.com. But yeah, if you want to head out to his roping, you can give it a plug. Where do people find information?
yeah, go to Carbon Classic Team Roping, I think it is right now. We have Facebook, Instagram. Pull it up, go to X Factor. You can rewatch it on X Factor. You can go to the Cowboy Channel and watch the breakaway, and also the 3-head team roping rodeo style we had. So yeah, go check it out and come support us, or hit me up and support the other way.
Yeah, I love when you guys start events like that and get involved in producing stuff. So great job with all of that, and
Thank
really
you.
great job today. Any final comments on winning $9,000 and doing it the way you did?
Thank the Lord that they went on. I guess, you know, because I didn't really do my job, but it was our day to win, I
It
guess.
was our day for sure.
Yeah, and at this point of the year, $9,000 is nice to cash in, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's awesome.
yeah.
I mean, it's always nice, but
Yeah, that's
especially
right.
now.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, good job, guys. It was fun to have you up here, and
Thank you.
really enjoyed seeing you here today at the rope. And another congratulations, Cullen Teller, Billy Bob Brown, 27.33 on forehead to win over $9,000 here in the Open. And we'll continue our coverage. You can watch it all live, roping.com.